I want to talk today about the power of the pencil. That's right, a lowly, ordinary pencil. Everybody's got paper, and when you go to grade 1 or kindergarten even, you're given a pencil. And what do you use them for? Work. Sometimes drawing. Whatever form that takes, the pencil's good for it. When you get a little older, they give you a pen. And a pen works well too, except you don't get to use the eraser, which actually makes for some better marks sometimes. So I collect pens and pencils just because I love them. This is one my sister, who's a nurse, gave me. It's really a nifty one. And she also gave me this one from Zambia. This one, you can just put a new Bic pen in, refill in when it wears out. And so you've got a pen that writes and writes and writes. Truth is, you can write with anything. Oh, this was my dad's. And it was a Parker. This was lost when I got it, but I still use it because of it being my dad's, and I like the feel of it. A lead is a lead is a lead, in a sense. And a plain old 2B pencil works for a lot of marking. You know, a pencil is just going to be that, a pencil, until somebody picks it up and starts making marks. You think of all the marks that are in this lead. I can just show you. Oh, it's a short one. You can buy expensive leads and put them in here, or you can just break open a pencil and stick it in here. And you've got a pencil that writes and writes, no shavings, no sharpening. Some leads are better, some have a bit of a grit in them and they are kind of annoying, but you don't have to pay much for a good pencil. I'd rather have a couple of good pencils than a whole tray of ones that I'm not going to use. You can see by the shape, size of that one that I've used this a lot. This is a 3B. And I sharpen them myself with an X-Acto blade, so I can get the kind of a blade, the kind of a point I want, and I'm not wasting any pencil in the process. You can use one of these. I like a stainless steel one, or a metal one. You can also sharpen on once you've got a point, you can sharpen your lead down to the kind of a point that you want on one of those. I rarely use that. They wear out on the paper quite well. I can get but you see why I can use a 3B. You can really get some dark marks there. A 6B, even better. You can use them on their side. And you can spread them with a tortilla, if that's what you like. There are graphite pencils, if you want to get fancy. You know what? I hardly ever use this. The only thing about it is there's no sharpening either. It's just plain graphite. But I find that the good old 6B lays down a lot of black. And you can experiment with different kinds. But you see, black is black usually. There's not a lot of, once you get into the good soft leads, just about anything works. There is another nifty pencil that I like, and that's a dark wash. It's a Derbent sketching pencil. And once you've got that, I'll just show you what water, I'm just licking my finger, will give you some shaded tones. If you want to go fine, there's a 0.3. That's as fine as I would want to go, otherwise the leads just start breaking out. 0.5 is the general, but I like a 0.3 if I want to do some really exact marks. I find that I like kids' art. I've collected some. This is from, actually, I traced this off of a drawing that a very young girl did. I like it. I've always liked that. This is a young boy. This, I really like this. This was unasked for. He really worked at this to show that he was no good at art. And this one, see what a pencil can do? It can put a message out there so much easier than a whole lot of words. Somebody drew me, a little girl named Miha, my little friend. I like that she puts hearts all over me. I don't see myself that way, but I guess she did. And Maximus, her brother. He already is doing 3D perspective, and you can tell he lives in an apartment. His cars are seen from above. But see what marks will do. They can give messages and just, you can just while away all kinds of time just even doodling. And for that, I have a sketchbook. I've been reading, taking notes from many books, different art books. And depending who you listen to, you end up with a different product. They give you different kinds of exercise. This I wasn't following an exercise. I was just seeing what I could do in the way of caricatures. But this was my daughter filmed a ladybird taking off of her finger. So then I thought, I'll do that. And you can take what you've already drawn and then do a spin-off of that. And then that became that. And then Bert Dodson, who does a book on keys to drawing from the imagination, which I really like, suggested making just some lines. And what do you know, it turned into the ladybird again. And then I was doing some more, I was doing some other stuff today, and there they are again. They just kind of came back into my thoughts, so out they came in as that sketch. The question I haven't been able to understand about drawing. Some people aim to make things as they are, realistic, and then some people seem to think that if you distort it more, it has more interest. That's one of Bert Dodson's ideas. So he suggested this little exercise. You get a picture and you put a grid on it, and then you draw a grid with distorted lines and see how you can distort your drawing. Well, you know, so I did that. I did it in an ink wash, and then what do you know? They suddenly needed rubber boots and an umbrella. I can't help it. And that's what happens when you draw the same thing again and again and again. If I kept drawing these ducks, who knows what they'd be doing or where they'd be going. So, or these ladybirds, what happens next? I don't know. But that all comes out of a pencil. If the pencil lays there in your drawer with all your other art equipment, or you think, I can't do anything, what am I going to do? Start making a mark, and who knows where it will go and what it will turn into. An unused pencil is as sad as an unused life, a life that sits and thinks, I can't do anything. I have felt like that at times, and I looked at my brushes and my pencils and I thought, there they sit. They have so much potential, but there they sit in my caddy. There's my caddy over there. And I was looking at it one day when I was laying in bed. It was across the room from me. And I thought, look at those paintbrushes. They're sitting there doing nothing, and so am I. So I got to pick them up and see what they'll do. All of this can be done without Amazon. And all you have to do is pick up the pencil or the pen. That's what I have to say for today. I want to talk about sketchbooks in the future. I see some people have lots and lots of sketchbooks, and I'm almost done mine. I've got about 8 more pages in the back. When I'm done that, I'm going to make a YouTube video and celebrate. Okay, that's all I have for today.